Joining me now, Democratic Congressman Krishnamoorthi of Illinois. He's Assistant Whip in the House and a member of the Intelligence and Oversight Committees. Congressman, good to see you. You just heard my conversation with Jane Harman. We have so much misunderstanding about this in this country. We have people who believe there were left-wing protesters there, and yet somehow in the hundreds of people elected, not a single left-wing protester has been arrested. Not a single Antifa person has been arrested. Not a single BLM person has been arrested. But clearly there's a lot of misinformation out there of which one of these commissions could deal with.
That's exactly right, Ali. You said that 73% of Republicans think that left-wing protesters inspired this insurrection. But of course, the vast majority of Americans actually believe the opposite, that it was actually Donald Trump who had something to do with inspiring these insurrectionists. I think at the end of the day, this January 6th commission is meant to get at the truth. And again, a Forbes article said that almost 60% of Americans want Congress to get at the truth. And so when the GOP voted against this commission, they did, as Mitt Romney said last night, which is they're giving the perception that they don't want to know the truth. And that's a big problem.
So a number of people have suggested this is just impeachment 2. This is just another way to blame Donald Trump. Even people who don't like Donald Trump are saying, what do you get out of this? You've talked and tweeted a lot about the actual questions that really need to be addressed, like in 9/11, right? And I know there's some people who don't like the comparison because January 6th wasn't 9/11. But the bottom line is both of them were spurred by terrorists. And there are things we need to know about the response to them by authorities, by the National Guard, by the Department of Defense, and who these terrorist groups are, who they're influenced by, and who they're funded by.
That's exactly right, Ali. There are at least 2 or 3 very important questions that remain unanswered. One is, basically the mayor of Washington, D.C. called urgently for military assistance to the Department of Defense at roughly 1:34 p.m. on January 6th. It took almost 4 hours for the military to actually arrive. Donald Trump says that he actually called the military to come and help. Of course, the acting Secretary of Defense and others say they never spoke with them. So that's one question. A second question is, did domestic violent extremist groups actually coordinate in planning this attack? And did they coordinate with any members of Congress? One organizer of the Stop the Steal rally actually said that he, quote unquote, schemed up this particular rally and actions with 3 members of Congress. We still haven't gotten to the bottom of that. And of course, the third and most important question is, how do we prevent this from happening again? This was an effort to overturn the democratic process, and we stared into the abyss that day, Ali. We almost gave in to mob rule. Yep. Thankfully, we were able to certify the election, but we were this close to the opposite happening.
Congressman, thanks as always for joining us. Thanks for getting up early this morning for us. Democratic Congressman Krishnamurti of Illinois. Enjoy.